If you've shot footage on an overcast day, you know the problem. The sky can be completely blown out, just a flat white, and it makes an otherwise clean shot look unfinished. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to replace it using the color key effect in Premiere Pro. Let's get into it. First, you'll need a replacement sky. I recommend FreePic. When you find one that works, download it and bring it into your Premiere project. In your timeline, place the sky image on track 1 as your background. Your footage goes on track 2 directly above it. Now go to the effects panel and search for color key and drag it onto your clip, the clip on track 2. In effect controls, use the eyedropper to click anywhere in the white sky area of your clip. Start with color tolerance. This is the primary control. Drag it up until the entirety of your sky disappears and the replacement shows through cleanly underneath. You're just looking for a complete key with no white patches remaining. I left edge thin at 0. You'll also want to make sure you play around with edge feather to make sure you get the most natural look. Just use your eyes and judgment on what looks best. Now for the color grade. Your sky asset and your footage were captured under completely different conditions, so they need to be matched. Start with the sky layer. Open Lumetri Color and bring the saturation down significantly. Stock sky images tend to be oversaturated, so this single adjustment does more for the realism of the composite than almost anything else. You can also grade your drone footage to better match the mood of your new sky. One thing to watch though, increasing exposure on the drone layer pushes more pixels toward white, which can start pulling things back into your key. It's a back and forth between your color grade and your color tolerance value. Adjust one, check the key, then adjust the other. If you have any movement in your shot, like I do here, you'll want to make sure that you animate the sky layer as well. Add 2 keyframes on the X position of your sky layer, one at the start of the clip, one at the end, and shift the position slightly between them. A static sky behind a moving camera feels wrong immediately. Even a subtle drift reads as natural. I also recommend adding a Gaussian blur effect to the sky layer and bring it down to around 1%. The default of 20 is way too heavy, but a touch of blur closes the gap between a sharp stock image and real camera footage. And here's the result. One honest caveat before we wrap up. If you pixel peep the building edges, you'll see some softness where the wall meets the sky. That's an inherent limitation of color key on footage where the subject has similar tonal values to the sky. For a hero shot that's going to be scrutinized on a big screen, you'd want to take this into After Effects and go deeper. But for a 2-second establishing shot in a corporate video or an intro sequence where the clip is moving, nobody notices. So know your case and calibrate your effort accordingly. Quick note on when to use color key versus ultra key. Color key is the right tool when your sky is blown out to white. If you have a blue sky, ultra key will give you better results since it's designed for color-based keying. If this was helpful, subscribe. We make tutorials like this regularly. Drop any questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching.